Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode of LR Live UK, I'm going to introduce you to a new kit that's less than £30 that will transform the back of your Defender and is the perfect job to take on this weekend. Now, this is a fairly simple thing to do on your Defender, and if you haven't done it, regardless of whether you've done your rear carpet set or not, it's definitely worth investing just 30 quid on a full sort of refresh of your rear weatherproofing. So in the kit, you get this lower weather strip. Now you can just see there, hopefully, the shape of it, and that is how it sits in the vehicle. So the flat surface sits on the top, and then you've got this sort of reinforced L bracket, upside down L, that sits over the back of the floor pan. On top of that, you've got this stainless steel threshold, which is really nice. Obviously it's going to not rust, which is what you want. That's why Land Rover fitted the galvanized ones originally, but eventually, I mean, we are looking at 30, 40 years ago, they're going to wear through. This, on the other hand, is going to stay looking fresh for a long time. Now, the only issue I have, which I think is probably going to apply to most Defender owners, is I had to grind off all the heads of the screws that kept the original one of these in. And what that means is that screw is still fixed in the lower piece here. And unfortunately, I've got a feeling that they've put the holes in exactly the same places on this replacement bar, which does make sense because obviously if you can get those screws out, you just bolt this straight back in again, or screw this straight back in. I'm just not convinced we're going to have any joy getting it in. So I was thinking what I might do is actually use some of those nice countersunk screws I got the other day, put some new countersunk holes into this weather strip, into this threshold, sorry, and then actually put some grip tape over the top just to cover up the sort of holes I haven't used, but also the countersunk screws. So we're going to have a little go at that and see if I can get, I will try obviously and use the original holes, and we'll have a go at doing that. But we'll see how we go. So the last piece you get is this full weather strip, and that goes on the back of the vehicle. Now we might have to trim it because the way it's designed, and I'll show you, it's got a little step at the bottom where it meets the actual floor pan. Now we've got one of these little gas assist struts on ours, so just clear that, and also your wiring for your rear wiper if you've got one. We have got quite a bit of rust on this piece here, so I'm not going to paint it, but I am going to put some rust conversion on there. So I've quickly offered up the door seal, and I think they give you plenty, there's ample on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim one end first, get it in place, use a dead blow hammer to get it firmly on the bodywork. So if this is something you haven't got, a dead blow hammer is basically like a plastic nylon hammer, but it's got sand in the head, and what it means, it doesn't bounce back when you actually use it, and it's a really brilliant tool for fitting weather seals and loads of other stuff, so well worth getting. But we're going to trim this off now. You've got reinforced arches in here, so you can just see there, look, there's my little metal reinforcement, so they're quite nasty. If you can, just pull each one of these little metal reinforcements out. Hopefully you can see me just prise it open there. So what I'm left with, you can see, is I've just taken that face, and we've still got the flat inner bit, but we've retained the shape. So I'll get that on and show you what I mean. You do get a nice generous bit at the end to play with. So the first thing I'm going to do is get it to the correct length, and then we'll trim it back like the other one. There you go. See what I mean? Just get them out. Then we can just cut that piece there. And then squeeze that back together, because obviously if you've expanded the grip steel inside, you need to compress it again so you get a nice tight grip on there. There we go, so we've come down and we've just trimmed a piece off, so we are actually dropping right the way down onto the threshold. Flat side just goes straight on there, and again, the nice thing is this is the right width, so it sits just between our new weather seal, so you haven't got to trim it down at all, and it sits up against there, so that's perfect. But what about our threshold? You've actually got this channel here, which I've got my finger in, and that sits over your new carpet at the back here. There we go. Now it does sit at a slight angle. It just sloped down ever so slightly, and that is because you want water to run out. So we are in. The best I can do now is try and drill through one of these and see where we go. Oh, we got one. That's holding. That's good. I've just got it on a very light torque setting. I don't want to round them off. Let's try and drill out a couple more. Well, I feel really lucky that they've all gone in, and I'm getting a bit overexcited, and I don't mean to, but it really has made the back look so tidy. Right, so I'm going to screw these all in by hand now, tighten them up. But I think they're all fairly well torqued. Proof in the pudding is how does it shut? Oh. So nice. Look at that. So we've got a seal at the bottom all the way along, seal at the side, all the way round, and yeah, that is tight. So I know it's not the most exciting bit of kit that we've shown you on the channel, but for less than 30 quid, this is the perfect job to do over a weekend. It's about an hour's work, and it's just going to completely transform the back, not only the way it looks, but also keeping out the elements, and that's just what you need. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the next one.